Hey, it's Aaron. Today I'm with the 2022 Ford Escape Hybrid. This is the plug-in hybrid model. So you can see over there on the left-hand fender, there is a port. That is the plug for the car. We'll talk a little more about that. At any rate, this is a compact SUV. It drives pretty nicely. It's a good little vehicle. Let's talk about it.
This review brought to you by reading, because writing and arithmetic are overrated.
So first off, underneath the hood here, 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, plus some hybrid stuff. It has roughly 20 miles of range, give or take. It depends a whole lot on what you're doing. Driving around town, I've gotten somewhere around 23 miles of total electric range when it's fully charged. Otherwise, results will vary. It's winter here, so crosswinds, you can probably hear that, and a few other things will change what you're getting. On the highway, the hybrid system is a hybrid system, so you won't get electric driving on the highway at highway speeds, but you'll still meet 40 miles a gallon really easily. So nicely done there. The MPGe, for those wondering, is 105. I have no way to measure any of that. I do know that the charging, I have a level 2 charger in my garage that's in a 50 amp plug, so I can charge it a full 40 some amps. If possible, this won't take that. This wants to charge somewhere around 16 to 20 most of the time, but that's fine because it's a small battery. It doesn't take long to charge at all. Even in a 110 outlet, you can charge this overnight. So there you go. That's a pretty good rundown of the hybrid system itself and what it does. This in particular is the front-wheel drive model. I do believe you can get this plug-in hybrid as all-wheel drive. I'll have to double check that, put it somewhere on the screen if I'm wrong. So let's check out the car. Let's look at the design a little bit, and then we'll talk about the working end. So looking at it from the side, you can see the silhouette a little bit. It looks like most of Ford's models right now. So it has those same design cues. You can see that the doors are very curved with a very pronounced cut at the bottom, and then a very thick, I don't know what you would call that down there, rocker panel, I guess, down at the very bottom, just to give it some more robust or muscular feel. And as I walk into the frame here, so you get a size perspective a little bit, but it has the usual flowing lines here and the Aston Martin-esque front grille that we saw earlier. The lights are pretty cool. They're kind of in a step pattern, and then you can see the aggressive fenders created by these thick lines right here, this tall jump here, and then this round curve here. This is the charging port I was talking about before. Then you can just see the flow of the lines. It's very, very crossover SUV, so crows. Anyway, very crossover SUV. You can see the deep, what I was talking about, the deep curvature here, and then this big jump out for an indent and to accentuate this, which that rocker gives it kind of a muscular look. Same with these around the wheel wells, and then a little bit of gap here so that it looks like it has lots of wheel travel or whatever. This is not an off-road machine. I would probably not take this on anything worse than a dirt road, but you want to look like you can do that, I guess. That's the style right now. So you can just see how it kind of flows back, has a sport back look here, and this fin, and then the lights continuing that line, which started as a bulge and then gets a little more pronounced to make this rear fender. So you can see what it looks like. Really pretty vehicle, I think, for its class. So let's look at the working end, and then we'll get inside. Note you reach down here to open the back. So this is the titanium package. I'll talk a little more about that in a minute. So here's the working end, the cargo area. Pretty big. I can reach all the way through, but I'm pretty tall, and that's a large amount of cargo space. Underneath here, you have the battery for the vehicle. So this is the accessory battery. On this hybrid, there is no spare tire. Instead, they put the battery in the middle of here, and then you have some empty space around it. So if you really want to pack some things in there, I suppose you can. There's some grocery hooks, 12-volt plug, And you can see the overhead tethers for child safety seats. So nicely done. There's some D-hooks for tie downs, but they're only on the front. There is nothing back there, so you would have to try to use these. But it's a good cargo space, especially for such a small vehicle. Let's go get inside. It's freezing. It's windy. Ugh. Okay, so here's the back seat. You can see it's a little cramped for me. This is set for me to be sitting in it at 6'3", so knee room is almost gone, but foot room I'm fine, and if this seat moved forward maybe an inch, I would have plenty of room back here. Headroom is okay, it's not great. This has the panoramic sunroof, which I'm not a fan of, but that impedes on the roof space a lot, so that I'm hitting just barely right there. Otherwise there would be more headroom if you didn't have this sunroof. Otherwise, comfortable seating in the back, slightly adjustable, but not by much. You can see I can tilt back a little bit. That's kind of nice. And just a good space. There are a couple of USB plugs down there. And one thing I do want to note, though, the entry and egress. I know there's a lot of people that hate those terms. Nobody ever says egress. Yeah, they do. I do. Back in the day, egress with aggression. Anyway, one thing I want to note is that getting in and out is a little difficult, and that is because that door right there does not open to 90 degrees. It opens at more like, I don't know, probably 60, maybe 70, and that means that getting your legs out is a little harder than it should be. Other than that, it's pretty good. Let's go check out the front. All right, so in the front of the vehicle, it's nicely done. I kind of like this light wood that they've got going around here. My wife doesn't. She thinks it's the wrong color for this interior, but I like it. I think this and the cream kind of go together well. The instrument cluster is easy to read, very easy to read. This has the old school head-up display, so the thing that pops up and the display's inside it. I don't mind those. I think they're actually pretty good because they require less adjustment for each driver. They're usually in your line of sight most of the time for most people. The controls layout is good. The setup for things like HVAC with the Ford's little mode man and a few other things are nicely done. This has seat memory and a bunch of other stuff because it is an upfit package. Also has the Bang & Olufsen stereo system. I would very much recommend that. Wow, it's good in this car. It's not, concert quality or really, really awesome, but it is very good for a car of this class. So, nicely done there. We probably should take a quick look at the Monroney, and then probably done. Let's have a look-see at what it costs to get this thing. So this particular model is it's 2021. I was wrong. All right. This particular model is a 2021 Escape Titanium PHEV in front-wheel drive. Total price tag is $43,000 and change with delivery. There's a lot of vehicle options added to this. So if you dump the optional equipment and just go with the base price, it's about $39,000. There's about $3,000 in options, and then there's another $1,200 and some for delivery. So you can see miles per gallon and all of that. I was able to break 40 without a sweat on the highway. So yeah, that's a very, very doable number. Yeah, so there's the Monroney, and I think that's it. I better do like some sort of outro to make this professional. So there you go. That is the 2021 Ford Escape Hybrid, plug-in hybrid. The 2021 and 2022 models are very, very similar. There's very little difference. So what you're seeing here is what you're going to get with a 22 as well. So that's it. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.